Hey, welcome back. We're going to talk more about arcs and measuring the arcs on a circle. So here we've got circle O, and we've got 4 points on its circumference, point P, Q, R, and S. We've got a couple of the central angles, right? So this small angle here is 35 degrees. Here we've got a 90-degree angle. And actually, that's enough information to figure out what these other two central angles are. Okay. All right, so let me turn the paper this way. Right, and you can see that PR appears to be a diameter of the circle, right? So that is a straight angle, so this would be 180. And so if we've got a 90-degree angle there, that would imply that we have another 90-degree angle there. All right, and then I'm going to turn the paper this way, right? So we can look at these other two angles, which, again, we can see they're supplementary. It's a linear pair, right? So these two angles need to add up to 180. And so since this one is 35, this is just 180 minus 35. All right, so 180 minus 35 is 145 degrees. Okay, so let's go ahead and mark that there. 145 degrees. Okay, so now that we have all the central angles here, that is going to allow us to find the measures of these three arcs. Okay. All right, so the first arc is SQ. All right, so let's go from point S to point Q. And so as you can see, the two central angles that compose this arc is 35 and 90. So we'll just add those together. Okay, 35 degrees plus 90 degrees, so that's 125 degrees. Okay. Recall that the measure of the whole arc, the whole circle, would be 360, right? And the sum of all these central angles is 360. Okay. All right. Second arc is RPQ. So we'll start at point R, end at point Q, but we have to pass through point P. So R, P, Q. All right, so that is a major arc, right? It's more than half the circumference of the circle. Okay. All right, and so if we look at the central angles that compose of that arc, right, we've got 35 plus another 145 plus the 90, right? So we sum those three central angles, that gives us the measure of the arc. Okay, so 35 degrees plus 145 degrees plus another 90 degrees equals, okay, now I could try to add these three values in my head, or I could do it another way, right? I know the whole measure is 360, right? I'm not using this piece here, which is 90 degrees, right? So 360 minus 90, that's an answer I can do easily in my head. It's 270, right? But just to convince you, we'll go ahead and add the three angles anyways, and to show you that it should add up to 270. So 35 plus 145 plus the other 90 degrees, bingo, right, 270. Right, the final arc is going to be arc PRS, so starting at point P, ending at point S, passing through point R. Okay, PRS, so that's going to be this one right here, PRS. All right, so let's look at the central angles that are used to form that arc. We've got 90 degrees and another 90 degrees and another 35 degrees. Right, just can do that right there. Right, those three central angles is what forms that arc there. Okay, so 90 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 35 degrees, so that's 180 plus another 35, so like 215. All right, thank you for watching.